Hey everyone, hope you're all doing okay. I'm Jazz, this is Endless Road Vans. I'll be honest, I was struggling with what to film for this week's episode. I've got let down with a few things. So you probably noticed in a few videos that the roof rack is on the van, and it occurred to me that I haven't done a video on it because it wasn't just straightforward remove it to do the paint job and then pop it back on again. So why did I need to modify the roof rack? Well, the main reason for that is because of this little thing being in the way of one of the left to right bars. Obviously the roof rack would have hit it, so we need to chop a bit out for that to poke through. So now we'll have to go back in time a little bit to before the van was painted.
No! Our only chance to repair the present is in the past!
To show you the footage of where I was getting on with modifying it. So here goes. So as you can see on the roof, we got the roof vent there, and we got a cable pass through as well. So we have to measure how wide the roof vent is, and then take into account the pass through as well, because we don't want any bars hitting that or getting in the way of that either. So there's the mounts for the roof rack either side, and they line up perfectly with the vent, so the bar's gonna hit it. So we have to chop a section out of the middle here of the roof rack, and then what's left of the roof rack of that bar will become unstable, so we need to weld in supporting beams going this way and that way to connect the next bar and the next bar to the bar we've cut out, and that should support it all then. So marked out by there, that's the centre line of the roof rack, and then I marked out there then where the fan comes to, and then I marked out again then where the cable passed through, and then the second line then, the furthest line away from the centre is like enough space around to leave a gap around the fan then. And you can see there the roof rack originally had a roller bar on the back for loading things on and off. Obviously I don't need that, so that's coming off. The bar going from left to right at the front above the windscreen, for some reason when it was on the van when I got it, it was actually touching the roof. Now I don't know whether the person who fitted it before fitted it incorrectly, or whether it's just a faulty roof rack, I don't know. But I didn't want that gouging into my fresh paint on the roof, so in order to correct that I wanted to cut it down so that then there was enough clearance underneath it. So you can see there that I had to cut down the sides and then cut the front lip off then, so that it didn't hit the roof anymore. So here's the roof rack we have to use as a donor. We're going to cut some bits out of that and use it on our Rhino roof rack. So here's the rear section of the roof rack, because it splits into 3 pieces. And we've cut out the bit that we marked out after measuring. So that's where the vent and the cable pass-through would go. And now, after salvaging bits out of the other roof rack that we had, the donor roof rack, we've measured, and that one's a little bit too big, so we go file that one down. But here you go. Okay, they're both too big. So those bits we've cut, and they'll get welded in there now to where my finger is, to that part that we cut, and to the bottom. That one needs a little bit of filing to just fit in there. So the next step is to prepare the surfaces where we're going to weld to get the metal clean, and then weld it up. While I was getting on with some other things, got my buddy Luke to get his welder out.
Is that what he calls it?
And there he is, tacking it up. Sneakily got the footage of him doing it without him knowing. And there it is, all welded up. So we've got it welded all the way around each join that the new bits of metal touch the roof rack, and grinded them down a little bit and give them a wire wheel, and now obviously we gotta get some paint on there. We got the roof rack all prepped now, ready for coating. I didn't video me prepping it because it was a nightmare. So grind the worst rust off with a flat disc. I won't go mental on them because I mean they're at high, so got the worst off, and then any areas I couldn't reach did with the belt sander, and then any other areas that weren't prepped I went over with a DA, and then finally went over with a red scotch. So the next thing we got to do is I'm going to put some zinc primer on the bare metal parts, and then I'm going to go over it all with black Raptor then.
Oh, there's a surprise.
Zinc primer is now done. So I only gave it one coat, just to seal up the bare metal on it, because the Raptor will give it enough protection against the bare metal. Bit of a mission to paint, because obviously there's so many sides to each section of the roof rack, so I had to lie it down first to get all the sides that I couldn't get to when they were laying upwards. So I shot them first, and then stood each section of the roof rack up on its end, and then just methodically worked my way around getting all the other sections, and then just double checking everything and to make sure I got it all at the same time, taking care not to hit it with the airline. And that is the coat of Raptor. So just if you're doing something like this with Raptor, it's quite easy to get lost. What you haven't done and what you've done. So trying to be methodical about it. So I kind of like did this side, this side, and this side, and this side all in one go, and then switched and did the same again on that side, and then did all this side, and then this side. And as you've seen previously, I had them all lying down so that I could get these edges there and underneath there, because this bottom one would have been pretty impossible to get with the shots gun with it standing up like this. So leave it to dry overnight. It'll be touch dry in the morning so I can handle it. And the only thing you gotta leave it, I think, 7 days before you can lay anything on it or get it wet. So the next step was to fit it on. I haven't got any footage of that, I'm afraid, because I'm a bit of an idiot and I was meant to wait for help to arrive to help me lift it on. I couldn't wait, so on it went on my own. It wasn't too bad, I didn't kill myself, but yeah, I kind of had to slide it on, shimmy it on rather, without damaging the paint. Then I bolted it all up. Always wait for help. Don't do it on your own. Don't be a hero. Once it's up on the van then, placed on, then you could go about joining it up in its sections there and there, either side. So they were like 13mm nuts and bolts. And then just place them in loosely. And then up by here then, there, and there is where it bolts onto the roof. Obviously same on the other side, and they're all 10mm bolts. Needs a little bit of jiggery pokery when you're bolting it all together. It's no good doing one and then tightening it up and then working on to the next one, because then you find it don't line up. So you need to put them all in loose. And then once they're all in and the thread starts going in them, then you can tighten them all up and work your way around. Because yeah, they're a bit of a bugger to fit. But yeah, it's on now, as you can see. They're the nicest looking roof rack, I think. Well, one of them anyway, the Rhino roof racks. And you can see there, you could probably compare it to someone else's where I've cut the front of it off. And it's nowhere near hitting the roof now. Next steps for the roof rack. I am gonna put a light bar on the front there. So that's what the cable pass through is for at the front. And then at the back there then, up on there and there, I'm gonna have some spotlights shining down here then. The wiring for those spotlights will go through this cable pass through here. I'm gonna get some, I don't know how many, but at least one solar panel up on the roof. That'll probably be at the front there, and then go through that cable pass through. And then the rest of the roof rack, I'll probably look into some kind of composite decking just to finish it off, make it look a bit nicer, and so that you can walk along it without falling through, breaking your ankle and stepping on the roof. So some of you may be wondering, why have I put a roof rack on it anyway? Well, there's one really simple explanation for that. I had it for free. And because my van is kind of following the lines of an adventure, expedition, overland, swamper even maybe, it kind of goes with that aesthetic. Rather than fork out for a pop top, you know, having something free is well better. I think that's pretty much it for this video on the roof rack. Hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you all have a very nice Christmas. I know I will. I'm gonna have a few days off now, but I will be coming back in over the holiday period to do some more on the van. The to-do list is like that big. So yeah, have a very Merry Christmas, and well, I will be doing another video before the New Year, so I won't wish you Happy New Year yet. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.